Hey everyone, welcome back to the exercise channel. Today we are learning histograms, a topic that is frequently appears in GCSE Maths exam. By the end of the video, you'll know how to read, interpret and draw a histogram confidently, and also how to calculate the median, which is really very difficult. Sometimes you have seen this question in the past papers. It's pretty tricky to understand how to calculate that, and that we will be discussing, so please watch it till the end. Okay, so let me start, and I'm starting with a basic definition of a histogram. So it's basically a graphical interpretation, a graphical representation of the group data, more specifically, because you know about discrete data and the group datas, and if you don't know, you can just visit our video. So this is where we represent the data of the group data, I mean the tabular data, on a graph, and using the different adjacent bars. Bars are basically the rectangles, the vertical rectangles, and using those adjacent bars to show how the values are distributed across these intervals. Well, intervals are basically, when you see the table, you know that the values of x is given within the intervals, those intervals we are talking about. Now the next is class width. We are just going through some basic definitions which are very important. So the next is class width. So class width is the numerical difference between the upper and the lower boundary. So let me show you a tabular data. This is known as a tabular data, where we have represented a data in a table form, and the values of x are given in the intervals. Say for example, let me take an example that we have some potato bags, right, and they are of different weights. So we have segregated them, we have sorted them out in an interval of from 0 to 20 kg, then 20 to 40 kg, 40 to 60 kg, 60 to 80 kgs that we have done. And it says that from 0 to 20 kg, there are frequency represents how many repetition of something you will be able to see. So I'm saying that there are 5 bags. The frequency represents how many number of bags in this case. So there are 5 bags that have their weight in between 0 to 20 kg. Well, they all can be of different weights. One can be of 8, one can be 10, one can be 13, one can be 14, but over in all they are lying in that interval. Whether it's 8, 10, 12, they're still lying in between 0 to 20. So this is how we can divide it. Similarly, I can say that x is lying in between 20 to 40. That means there are 12 number of bags that have their weight between 20 to 40. Similarly, I can say for the next one and for the next one, same for the last one, I can say that there are 9 bags that have their weight from 60 to 80 kg. So this is called the tabular data, where we have sorted out our data in a very well-defined form. This is known as lower class, and this is known as upper class, the upper limit of something, the upper limit of that interval and the lower limit of that interval. And the difference between them is known as class width. So when I subtract 20 and 0, that will give me the class width. 40 to 20, which is 20, is the class width. It's not necessary that every time throughout you will be able to see the same class width. Maybe in some tabular data it's from 0 to 20, then 20 to 30 they will give, then from 30 to 70 they can also give. So class width is always for that particular interval. Upper limit minus lower limit will give you the class width. So that was I was talking about the numerical difference between the upper and the lower boundaries of a class interval. Class interval is that particular, this class interval. This is called class interval, this is called class interval. Frequency, that I told you that something is repeating itself, so number of data values that fall within the specific class interval. Like here in this case, I told you that there are 5 bags that have their weight between 0 to 20 kg. That means 5 represents the frequency. And the last, which is very important, that's called frequency density, because this is where is important, because we always plot the histograms between the value of x and frequency density. So frequency density is frequency over class width, sorry. This is class width, more specifically. So frequency over class width. Now, first of all, before we draw the histogram, the first thing is to complete this table. And to complete this table, we have to calculate the frequency intensity, which I told you has its own formula, which is the frequency over class width. So in this case, the frequency is 5 and the class width is 20 minus 0, which is 20. So 5 over 20, that is 0.25. That's the frequency density for the first one. For the second one, 12 over class width is 40 minus 20, which is 20. That will give me 0.6. For the next one, it's 16 over 20. That will give me 0.8 as the class frequency density. And for the last one, it's 9 over 20, which is 0.45. And that's the frequency density. Now let me see how we can plot. So on y-axis, we always plot frequency density, and on this x-axis, that's the value of x, this whole interval thing that we draw over the x-axis. So the class width has the minimum value 0.25 and the maximum is 0.8. So we can take the gap of 0.222. That will be more easier. So I'm just taking here as 0.2, let's say. Then next will be 0.4. Then 0.6. Then 0.8. And then 1. Now, so see this one. From 0 to 20, we have frequency density as 0.25. That means throughout 0 to 20, the value of frequency density 0.25. 0.25 would be lying somewhere here. So I can draw a rectangle, this one, like this and this. That's known as bar, this one. Moving on to the next one. From 20 to 40, we have frequency density as 0.6. So that means from 20 to 40 is 0.6. So I'll be drawing it like this. The next one is given. It's obviously not a perfect rectangle. I may try to redraw it. The next one is from 40 to 60, 0.8. So 0.8 would be here. And then it should be overlapping. So like this. Somewhat like this one. And it's till 60, and from 60 to 80 is 0.45. So 60 to 80 0.45, and 0.45 a little bit above from 0.4, I would be saying. And that's your histogram. All bars are adjacently connected with each other, and that will give you, I know they are a little bit tilted, but you have to draw vertical rectangles. Now, the next one is calculating the median, and in order to calculate the median, you should know the cumulative frequency, which is very important. A median is the central value, the mid value that we are talking about. So, median, how we can calculate through a histogram is a bit tricky. So, pay attention, and if you don't get, say for example, if you will not get it in the first time, you can just repeat it. It will help you, but I'll try to explain you as simple as I can. For that, we first have to calculate cumulative frequency. A cumulative frequency is where we have to calculate the previous frequency, the total frequency. That's your cumulative frequency. And for each block, for each I can say row of this table, we have to calculate the cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency, that means we have to keep on adding the previous frequencies. For the first one, I can see only one, which is 5. For the next one, we have this existing 12 and the previous one, which is 5, and that will give me 17. For the next one, we have this 17 already added and add 16, or you can write the 16 which is already existing there plus 12 and plus 5. So that will give me answer as 33. And then this 9 which is existing and keep on adding the previous frequencies, and that will give me total as 42. So this is the cumulative frequency. So the total frequency, if I add all the frequencies, that will give me 42. Why it's important? Because in discrete data, this is a very important tool. Even in the tabular data, it's an important tool to calculate the median because it's a central part. So if I divide it by 2, it will give me the central. If it's even number, I need to directly divide it by 2. And if it's an odd, it will be n plus 1 by 2. So here you have to keep that only two things in mind. If suppose your answer was 43, which is an odd number, you have to do 43 plus 1 by 2 and it will give me the middle value. This is not the exact answer. This is not the median. It's the place where your median will be. And 42 is already an even number, so I just need to divide it by 2, which will give me 21. So I get to know that at the 21st place, I'll find my median. So this is the value of the place we are calculating, but median is actual value that we are looking for. So I get to know that 21 is a place where I can find the median. So I need to find where I can find 21. 21 will lie between 17 to 33. Clearly not 17 because till here you'll find the 17th positions. That means from 17 to 33 you will find here between 40 to 60. 40 to 60 is the place where you will find our median. So this is the first thing. After finding the cumulative frequency, if it's an odd number, do n plus 1 by 2. And if it's an even number, do n by 2 and represents your total frequency here. So when I did that, I got 21. That gives me the place where I can find my median. So if I see all the class intervals, I get to know according to the cumulative frequency, I get to know that between 40 to 60 I can find, because 40 to 60 is the place where the 17 to 33 position I can find. So obviously 21 lies between 70 to 33. So I get to know that my median will fall between 40 to 60. Okay, now understand this. 40 to 60 is this part. I can find my median here, and the place of our median is 21st. That means from 0 to 21st, that would be somewhere here. My 21st position will lie here. That's the meaning of it. But this is 21st is the rank from 0. But what will be the rank from here? If I subtract the previous frequencies, it will give me the position. Try to understand. From 0 to 60 and here it's 40. Somewhere between here, my median is lying, and the position of that median is 21st. So this position is from 0. I want to know what the exact position from in between 40 to 60. For that, I need to subtract the previous frequencies, which is 17. 5 plus 12, which is 17. So understand this, that 21st is lying in between it, right? And this 21st is the position from starting. I just want to know what its position in between this one. So subtract 17. So 21 minus 17 will give me 4. So I get to know that the position of my median is 4th between 40 to 60. So between 40 to 60, my median is at 4th position. I need to find how the frequency is distributed in this interval. This class width is 20 and the corresponding frequency is 16 here. So that means 620, and this class interval, this 20 and has a frequency of 12 like this. So that means at every position I can find 1.6, it's actually 1.67. So the value of each I can say, because I have splitted the interval into even pieces by dividing the width by its corresponding frequency. That gave me 20 over 12, that is 1.67. Now I want to find how far the number is into this interval by multiplying it with this answer, 1.67. So 1.67 and its position is 4th. That means each place has 1.67 of the width. So 4th will be having 4 times 1.67. So that will give me 6.66. So I can understand that 6.66 is basically the value of you can say it's not exactly the median, but in between, at the 4th position, the value of our place or value of our data in this case is 6.66. So from the beginning, what I need to do is I just have to add the previous frequencies, previous values of x, which is 40. So 40 plus 6.67, which is 46.67. That's your median. See, I'm again saying in between 40 to 60, 6.67, this is somewhere 6.6. Here, your median is lying. So that distance is, or in short, I can say the distance, if it would be more easier to understand. 6.67, our median is 6.67 away from 40. So the total median will be, the final median will be this one. This is our median. So my median is 6.67 away from the 40. So final median is 40 plus 6.67, which will give me 46.67. That's the median. So this is how you can calculate. Now, the third thing is calculating the frequency. So finding the frequency, that means we know that this is the frequency. I have taken an example of the bags of potatoes. So I have already explained that 5 represents there are 5 bags that have their weight from 0 to 20. There are 12 bags that have their weight from 20 to 40 and so on. Say for example, they asked you how many bags are there that have their weight between 0 to 50. It's not very easy to calculate from here. You can't just half it. Or say for example, if they have given from 0 to 55 then. So the best is use your histogram to calculate, and we know the formula is frequency density is frequency over class width. So we will be using the same thing. So we know that frequency density is frequency over class width. That means your frequency is equals to frequency density times class width. I can calculate the values of each. So from 0 to 20, we have this frequency density as 0.25. That means 0.25 times 20, which is 5, will give me that that's already given up there. But I'm telling you, say for example, the tabular data is not given to you. You just have this graph directly given, the histogram directly given, and we have such questions. Even this kind of question is given, you have drawn histogram, after that you have to calculate this one. So this is the way of doing it. Then from 20 to 40, it's 0.6 times 20, which was 12. And now they're asking 55. So till 40, this is how you have calculated. That means from 0 to 20, there are 5 bags. From 20 to 40, there are 12 bags. And from 40 to 55, 55 would be lying somewhere here. So that means what I'll be doing, I'm just calculating the frequency density is 0.8 and times 15, because 40 to 55 is 15. So 0.8 times 15 will give me 12. So plus 12. That means 29. So there are 29 number of potato bags that have their weight between 0 to 55 kg, and that's how you can calculate. Even from there also you can calculate. It's perfectly fine. All you need to do is you just have to use this formula, which helps us in calculating or drawing the histogram. So that's it for today. In the next class, we'll be doing questions on it. We'll be doing questions on finding the median and finding the frequencies, because these are the questions that you can find. And also, I'll show you how to draw the frequency polygon. So that's it for today. And if you're looking for one-on-one live online classes from tutors that are highly qualified, or from the university students, they also have the great experience, more than 3 or 4 years of experience. The classes are very, very affordable. All the tutors are UK based tutors. You can just email us, and the classes are very affordable. Let me be very honest. So, and we also provide the mock papers. We have the free sheets that are available on our website, and also we provide the custom sheets as well, and they are also very affordable in rates. So to book the free online classes, your trial class, all you need to do is just email us at exactacademy@gmail.com. So that's it for today. Bye everyone. Take care.